Hey y'all, I'm Shana, and I'm back with another review or rant or whatever for Basketball Wives Orlando. Y'all, I don't remember much, but we just gonna talk about what I do remember, okay? Y'all know, first of all, if you enjoy the content, please check out my videos, view, watch all the way through, subscribe, all the things if you enjoy the video. But anyway, the main thing I wanted to talk about was Danielle and Mackenzie, but let's start from the beginning. Danielle is still living in Delulu land. She's talking to Megan. They meet up, have mimosas, and she's just like still trying to figure out the timeline between Mackenzie and her ex-fiance. He's still saying he's single. We still smashing. We still sleeping together. But he didn't want to be monogamous, so I ain't want nothing to do with it. What you mean you ain't want nothing to do with it? Girl, please explain yourself. How did you not want nothing to do with that? Now you're not his fiance. You're sleeping with him, and you know he's sleeping with somebody else. And somebody else, and other people too. He got exactly what he wanted. You got nothing, and now you're sitting there salty looking crazy. So Danielle and Mackenzie finally meet up and have this conversation. And Mackenzie was low-key eating Danielle up. I ain't gonna lie to you, okay? They sit down and, when Mackenzie was getting the best of her, because she like, listen, I wasn't no side chick. I didn't know nothing about you. He wasn't with you when we were together. And then I was like, he probably was lying to the both of us. And Mackenzie's talking about, no, he was honest and told me he was single. Girl, you know that these men lie. You know you've been on the other side of the coin. And that's what Danielle said. We bring up last year when it was her turn and she was on the outside looking in, saying that Nick was stealing her man. But Mackenzie like, girl, I don't want to hear it, okay? I got your man now, and you can't do nothing about it, okay? And Danielle trying to be like, look, you as a woman, you being in my position, you shouldn't. Girl, please, she don't care. She want to go to Tulum again with Rashad. Be clear. And Mackenzie was like, okay, but you was worried about him, but when you was calling him about getting your rent paid. And Danielle was like, what? And right then and there, I don't know, I might reach across the table. Don't you be talking about my rent? That's none of your business, girl. And she's talking about my baby daddy make sure I'm good. Does he? He wasn't making sure you was good when he was over there with Neek. But I digress. And then, because she like, why are you worried about that? And she's like, you don't be seeing him all the time. And Mackenzie's like, I just dropped him off at the airport. Really? He need to make an appearance on the show. We need him to come to the front. He got some explaining to do. And then I was like, and I just saw him when he dropped the kids off. Girl, what that mean? Drop the kids off? I mean, that only take about a second. He can drop the kids off at the door and go about his business. She was riding with him to the airport. Okay? Walking him up to TSA. That's a little different. But Mackenzie like, yeah. And Danielle was like, oh, well, you was looking. I took my ring off in March. You was looking at my page back in February. And Mackenzie was like, I was looking to see if something was going on and I ain't see nothing. Well, you told on yourself. Mackenzie, you knew that something was still going on. There was some lingering overlap between the baby mama and you. You knew that. And your daddy already exposed you last week and he said you and your sister is homewreckers. I mean, that's what he said. But they going back and forth. Mackenzie like, look, I can't wait to call him after this. Child. And then y'all like, oh, you not seeing my kids, are you? I know you just better not have met my children. And Mackenzie like, girl. All this rolling her eye. Ooh, Danielle, all that talking you be doing, you wouldn't say none of that at this table. So then it somehow went left. And, they like, oh, bye, ratchet. And then Mackenzie talking about bye, ugly. And the people did not like that Mackenzie said bye, ugly because Danielle's a brown-skinned woman who is not ugly. But, when they throwing shots, anything liable to come out the mouth, okay? But that was it with them. Danielle went and met with Morgan and somebody else. She told the story a little bit differently from what I remember because she was acting like she got Mackenzie together and she absolutely did not. And she talked about her conversation with Milan. Danielle falling out with everybody. And I think Danielle and Morgan fell out too. I don't know. I guess we'll see later on in the season. Speaking of Mulan, her sisters, she get her sisters. Her sisters are that 17-year-old is too grown. Too grown. And I understand Mulan the big sis, but the whole vibrator in the purse thing was a little too much for me. It was a little much for me. The little girl talking about I got my cleavage out, my bodysuit, and my what? It was a little much, okay? Then a 13-year-old is there just listening. It's just a lot going on, okay? I know you're not their mother, you big sis, but you may need to be a little bit more motherly because they're a little too loose and casual and carefree for me. These are teenage girls. Now, she said the 17-year-old is almost grown. She's still a little girl to me. So, no. But I'm glad she went and got her sisters. Hopefully, she can give them some guidance this summer. Yeah. Ashley and Nikki meet. Ashley lost her mother to cancer. Nikki lost her sister to cancer. So they're coming together to talk about that. Ashley has been through a lot. Ashley has a really good story. She's been through a lot. And, I'm a little curious to know more about her personal story. Not all this makeshift drama that's going on. Like, she's been through some things, okay? So I'd like to hear about it. Lindsay, I almost forgot about her. She's a little forgettable. But she called her husband, my man, talking about the baby. He like, I don't care about that baby or you. He couldn't care less. Act like he don't know if he gonna be there for the birth. He probably gonna be there, but girl, she's talking about in the confessional to know him is to love him. Girl, no. You ain't about to embarrass me like this on TV. And what a way to make a woman feel absolutely horrible through one of the most vulnerable times of her life, which is having a baby. And I'm telling you that postpartum don't get any better. He gonna be away overseas, and you gonna be feeling like a single mom. It's gonna be a lot. I feel for her. Whew, man, the things we tolerate to say we got a man, child, please. But that's all I can remember for this week's episode. I almost forgot. Megan met with her mom. Her mom looks good. Mama looks good. She said Mama was a narcissist, and I can see that she's probably right. And Mama said, I ain't bound down to you. You don't, ever since you got on this high horse on this platform, you never called to ask if I need help. Where were you when I was a child and I needed your help, Mama? Where was you when Grandma was raising me? Where were you when you took my brother but didn't come get me? Where were you? Mama crazy. And the conversation was going smoothly. And she like, when that green screen fade to black, you going, Megan like, girl, bye, I'm leaving. Mama, what are you talking about? I don't know about this relationship. I don't know if it's going to work. And I don't know why Megan is talking to her mama just off the strength of a man. I'm really on this decentering men thing. Like, I'm not about to be talking to my narcissistic mother just because of a man. Like, if you want the relationship because you want it, fine. But not because that man wants you to have it. That's crazy. But anyway, back to what I was saying. And if I forgot anything else, let me know down in the comments. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.